Ah, it's too late. I should have looked at job offers. I'll do it tomorrow.
We're going to give erasers a little bit of a break today, because yesterday we wiped the floor with, I forgot his name. That's how bad he was. It was just like just a straight whitewash, really. And a double or nothing that he lost. Crazy. But yeah, as you can see from the video, that was just before this one, life in the comfort zone. Or at least, you know, if you watch those kind of Wojak videos and stuff like that, there's a pretty common theme that kind of goes on in them. But before I start on that, hope you guys have been well. And yeah, just a reminder to be grateful for everything that you have today. If you're going through something rough, it does get better. On that note, I stumbled in that video just to kind of, sometimes I'll be watching them Wojak videos from time to time because they're funny. And I guess you could say they're quite relatable to some extent. At least from at least the video before, from a comfort standpoint. The kind of like relaxation of the same routine, knowing that there's a paycheck coming at the end of the month, and that makes you comfortable because once it hits your account, and then you can kind of get your daily dose of quick stimulation for entertainment. And you keep living like that because, again, there's stability, right? And as humans, we tend to seek comfort quite a lot. Obviously, as if you believe in evolution and all that stuff, then our primary goal was to, again, reproduce and thrive, not to be in too many stressful situations. So that's just one of the reasons why we kind of live like this. But there's a part in us, I guess you could say the deeper part of ourselves, that doesn't really agree with that. You know, it's not satisfying to live a life just like that, kind of on autopilot, if you will. Sort of, I guess you could call it mindless. And the paycheck to paycheck thing is a very big thing because, again, most of your basic needs are going to be met. Doesn't mean that's a good thing necessarily, because a lot of us want more than just the basic needs. But one, we must be grateful for even being able to have that, because not everyone has that. But again, we could always do more, right? Or at least that's what the sort of vision is for a lot of people. And you know, you come back from your work, you're what do they call them? I think it's wage slave or something like that. And then you come home, entertainment, you're playing games, watching TV, scrolling through some low value quality content, and then this entertainment sort of becomes addictive because the sort of energy that you had to be productive after work, you've now gotten a sort of quick kind of instant gratification kind of enjoyment from, again, for example, scrolling or playing some you know, some good old rank games, because they'd be addictive sometimes, rather than kind of what you're doing or what you want to do in life or with your life. And then habit is formed over time. You say tomorrow, I'm going to do it next week, I'm going to do it on Monday, it's the weekend, I have time to relax, or whatever the, I guess, excuse may be. And then a whole bunch of time, I should rather say, goes by, and then the pain sort of hits you. And you're like, what? How? It went so fast. And that kind of realization is the key pivotal moment that you decide to change things for yourself. However, during these kind of, I guess, points of thinking, it might seem like the odds are not exactly in your favor to change it, because you've been living like this for quite a while, and it's gotten to the point where it's like all you know kind of thing, until this moment at least. But, and this is a very big but, pause, you can change. And if you've made the habit to sort of live like this, you can also break it because you've formed it, you, the individual. And then you can form new ones, better ones, things that will make you feel better, thrive more. Remember, we're here to thrive, not just to survive, or at least build a kind of a society where we can thrive more. And then when you form these new habits, you know, you get the new neurological adaptations that sort of come your way, and they've run out of fuel. What is this? That is one thing about the game that's kind of annoying. If they could have in the actual release petrol stations, that would be good. Like in a few of the Need for Speed games, that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, you get new neurological adaptations that sort of come from this kind of perspective shift, if you will. And then as a result of that, you now have your why, your kind of reasoning or purpose to live, in a sense, I guess. You're starting to kind of reclaim your life. But yeah, also the routine of like work being so draining because you don't enjoy it. And then you kind of release the steam off your mind with entertainment that won't change your situation, but you kind of just do because it's just a routine at that point. But in times like this, I think it's like crazy important to sort of formulate a plan and you kind of work towards escaping that kind of mindless life that you've now made. Or at least if you're forced in the circumstances of living like that, then you could also change that. It is possible. And to be honest, this kind of form of escape will sort of probably require like a lot of caffeine or energy to kind of pull through. But it is possible. That's what I kind of want you to know. It really is. Again, caffeine isn't exactly the best solution, but you've got to do what you got to do sometimes in temporary like situations in order to change things. If it makes the journey easier, then yeah, you can use it for a certain amount of time. Just make sure you don't overdo it. And remember, this is all completely dependent on like what you want out of life. If it's freedom, you kind of learn a high value skill that you could do remotely if possible. And yeah, pretty much try to gain experience through this through every means possible, every method possible. Just not what everyone else is doing, which is like a quick apply or something like that. Research it, man. Research what it is that you want and go after it. You've got the internet now. There's a lot of people who are providing a lot of good information out there. So remember that you are in control of your life and that you can do it just 1 year at a time if needed. And then you can kind of break it down into 1 month at a time and then 1 week and so on. Because that way there's not like that huge pressure on a day-to-day basis because you can meet the bigger goals. You can set yourself weekly goals and if some days you don't meet it, that's fine. You've got next day to make up for it. But yeah, pretty much staying true to the path as well is like what you should focus on. What makes the most sense to you, not others. Which is a crazy, crazy hard thing to realize sometimes because a lot of times the whole kind of purpose of living is to impress others to some extent. But it's not what will make you internally happy and kind of what fulfills you and the kind of dream life that you could have if your circumstances weren't like this. And you genuinely can do it. I'm gonna have to say that again because it's really something that I kind of want you to realize that you can, and it can be in your hands. And even if you're watching this, to be honest, it probably means that you have some sort of self-awareness. So you've already completed step 1. Now it's just time to take action. With that said, stay strong, keep your will high, and stay resilient on a path to a better you. Peace and blessings, everyone. We'll be back in the next one.